Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Here's the Thing with Kendra and Noah.
We have a new setup today. Because we rearranged our living room.
Mm-hmm. We did.
No, it didn't help at all. But he came out afterwards and said, looks nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like the Midwestern dad he is sometimes. For people who just listen, this means nothing to you. But for our YouTube fans, we got some new furniture, like the chair that Noah is sitting in. And thank you. That was a nice Vanna White demonstration.
Do what I can.
And so we had to rearrange a little bit. So I don't know. If you're on YouTube, let us know if it's better or worse. Than our other setup.
I think.
What you doing?
Just trying to
you
look
good
at the
over
framing.
there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I like it. I think it adds a little bit more to it. That's true.
Than you, because the chair that you're in is lower.
Yeah. But
women are superior, so you know.
Except for the boys.
No. No.
But thanks again for joining us. We've got.
Which episode is this? 5?
This is 5 of season 2 now.
5. Oh, nice.
Oh fuck. He's going for coffee.
And
we're gonna be talking about
social media.
A little chit chat.
You know, a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
If you will.
Yeah, truly.
So many pros, so many cons.
Yeah. Do you want to dive into that? Got any housekeeping? Anything to go over? Anything you want to share?
I don't know. Is there anything I want to share? Nothing's really happened. I mean, so much has happened and still so little has happened.
No,
you know?
I guess, let's jump right into it then, huh?
Okay. I don't want to start.
It's all right.
Well, I guess, what overall thoughts? A fan? Not a fan.
I'm more not a fan lately, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, the biggest pros I see are, like, the obvious ones of, like, staying connected with people. And, like, especially out here, like, if friends are, like, if they have a show or something, they're sharing that on Instagram.
Right.
So, like, if I want to know what my friends are doing and be able to support them, I need to, like, be on Instagram to see that stuff. Because, you know, you're not going around texting all of your friends to be like, hey, I got this. At least, I mean, I do have one friend that did that, which is kind of nice. But for the most part, you just share on Instagram and hope your friends see it.
Well, right. Because it's just so much easier than, like, individually texting, like...
Everyone,
30 people, you know.
But I just, one, feel like I waste so much time scrolling. Yeah. So much. To the point where I, like, have deleted... I don't have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook on my phone. Like, if I want to look at it, I go through, like, Google Chrome and then go to, like, Instagram.com, which helps me not scroll as much because it's, like, such a shitty interface that, like, it's easier to get off of. But even with that, I still waste more time than I would like to. And then...
Yeah, I waste a lot of time on social media.
Oh, my God. When I had TikTok on my phone, too, I don't know if that counts as social media in the same way that, like, Instagram and Facebook do, but...
See, and I don't go on TikTok. Well, I don't have one besides... the one that we still have for this that I've never done anything with. But even that, like, once in a while I'll like watch a video, or like people will send me them and I'll watch them. But really I see my TikToks on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you end up on like Instagram Reels a lot? Do you scroll through that much?
I've lately been watching a lot of, because we were talking yesterday about ASMR,
right,
and how it really just stresses us out. Like, I had a couple of friends talking about how it like calms them, like when they're really anxious, and I'm like, it makes me more anxious. But I was saying that I like the chiropractor
all the cracking
videos. And I found myself just like scrolling through, just like watching. I'm like, oh, that was a nice crack.
That's fair.
I just need one, I think is what it is. Is I just want one, and so I'm just living through that, you know?
Fair. But
yeah, I don't know. I still like Instagram though. I like posting an occasional
I hate
carousel
posting.
of photos. Yeah, you never post.
There's like a weird anxiety with it for me, I think. You know what? Also, like when I do post,
in what way?
I don't know. I guess just like,
In, like,
gotta look cool. Gotta like have this great pose.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know.
And like a funny caption or something, or like,
Yeah.
or are you worried like, oh my gosh, nobody's gonna like this?
I think maybe there's some worry that like nobody's gonna like this. You know, sit there with 9 likes, just be bummed. Not that matters at all. Like fuck likes, but
It's just.
You know,
It's just your roommates and the boys.
right, which all I need, baby. I will go through. It's like once a year, I'll do like a spurt of posting. I'll do like 2 or 3 posts.
Oh.
And when I do it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. You know, people are liking it, commenting. You know, I get to share myself a little bit. And then
there's like a weird high that comes with it.
Right. So that's when I post a second
when like
time,
a lot
I'm
of people
oh,
like
nice,
your
I should do
photos, you're
another
like, oh my
post.
god, so many people like my photo.
Yeah. And so I'll do like 2 posts maybe within a month and be like, look at me being a little Instagram boy. And then I'm like, you know what, actually I fucking hate this. I don't want to do this anymore.
I feel like when it first came out, I posted so much more. Well, I didn't like at first, and then like I did, but then I got self-conscious about like posting photos. But then I was like, that's literally what the app is for. And when it first came out, you know, you couldn't do like the carousel. So you'd have to put, I didn't like to like post multiple times in a day.
Right.
But like I'd post like one photo and then the next day like post another photo, you know, whatever.
Sure.
And I don't really do that anymore. I'm much more sporadic with my posts.
Sure.
I feel like unless I do a shoot, I feel like I still like wait a few days in between posts, but like I'll put. But the carousel thing helps too, that you can put more.
I think what changed too. I mean, it's been over a while now though. But stories, like once those came out, like then it was like, oh, there's more than one way to post. So people weren't posting a picture every day or like 2 pictures a day or something like that. You would post every now and then and share your story.
Also, I feel like what people post also has changed because like it used to be and some people still do this, but like I feel like it used to be you would just post random shit. Yeah. You know, you'd be like, here's my lunch. And here's a shitty picture that I took in a bar with my friends. And now they're much more, you know, filtered and like posed and everything. And like refined, I guess. Yeah. But that's like how Facebook, I feel like, is too. I don't ever really go on Facebook anymore. I keep it mostly for like family. Right. But I couldn't tell you the last time I posted like on my actual thing. I used to post every year when I would post, make a post for National Eating Disorders Week, and I realized this year I didn't either. I just like I did on Instagram, and I just didn't share it to Facebook. I just didn't share it to Facebook. I just like didn't care to like I didn't think I was just like whatever.
Not to too. I don't know. The last time I did, I shared a story a while back on Instagram, and it had somehow turned on like linking Facebook, and I didn't mean to, but I looked at Facebook. Also, and I had a Facebook story. I was like,
I hate Facebook stories. Yeah, I will not watch your Facebook story. No, and I will never post one.
My friend Mike says if he sees someone post a story, he just unfriends them. Like, it doesn't matter who they are. If you post a Facebook story, he's gonna unfriend you.
But yeah, so I don't really. It's still a nice reminder for people's birthdays.
True.
But I think when Facebook first came out, we said this the other day about how our Facebook statuses just used to be song lyrics after song lyrics, and you also it used to be, you know, like you really just updated people with like what you were doing of like going to the game tonight, like, you know, or sleep over at so and so's house, and it was just like I look back
saying what you're doing.
I look back and I'm like, who let us have who let me have a Facebook in middle school?
I love that they introduced like memories though, because you like look back, you're like,
I cringe.
12 years ago you say heading to school, and it's like, who gives a shit?
You're like, yeah.
But
obviously
back then too,
it's Wednesday at 8 a.m. and you're 17, so you're going to school.
All your friends are. They didn't always have Messenger either. So like, if you were like Facebooking with someone, you were posting on their wall, you know? And like,
yeah. Well, they used to have the little chat though, didn't they?
they didn't always have that.
Because it changed to like Facebook
That's what I
Messenger, where
meant,
it's like
yeah.
a separate
Yeah,
app.
yeah. It
But they used to
built
have
in.
like the built-in, yeah, and
But
you
it
could
wasn't
see.
always there.
Remember, you could see who was online.
Yeah, yeah. I hate that stuff.
Wow.
I turn that stuff off as much as I can. Like,
Yeah, I don't have it on Instagram. I don't
Yeah.
have I mean, you can still see if someone like opened your message and
Right.
stuff like that doesn't go away, but you know, you can have like this person's active like currently.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have that anymore. Like people don't need to know if I'm on this app right
Yeah.
now or not.
Facebook was cool as hell for a while when I was like,
Yeah.
it's
And
definitely
you used to
migrated
just,
for like
like,
older people now.
Albums, I feel like you just used to upload like every photo that you took.
I
at,
remember
like,
people would come back from vacation and there would be 180 pictures
Yeah.
they'd upload, and it's like,
I really need to go through my Facebook and just I think about that sometimes.
unfriend people or delete stuff.
Delete stuff because I
Sure.
think about that sometimes of you know, when I'm rich and famous. I don't want people finding old cringy photos of me. I don't need people to see me at a football game when I was in 9th grade. You know, I just don't need that.
I feel like that's endearing, you know, if you once you become rich and famous, like, oh,
No,
look, she was
because
normal.
if people were gonna see me at that stage, I should have been a child actor then. You know, like I look back sometimes and think, oh wow, I really wanted to be an actor when I was younger, but now I'm like grateful sometimes that I didn't like grow up in the spotlight,
sure.
you know?
Mhm.
So I don't need, you know, if that's the case, I need the spotlight. I don't want people to now know what it, you know?
I like though, like when I see like, oh, check out this actor's yearbook photo, and like
That's fine.
I love seeing
Look at
like
my
old
yearbook
pictures.
photo.
Of them.
That's fine.
You just think you at a football game is like so much worse.
I just think I was one of those people that like after an event or something or after the school year, you just like upload all the like sophomore year and you would
Oh,
just, and
sure.
like no, they
Yeah.
just don't need to see 50 photos of the same thing,
Fair,
you know?
yeah, fair
So.
enough. Yeah, I don't use I mean, I have Facebook, same reason. Like all my family's on there, and like
Yeah.
even there are people on there that like I guess I'm not really friends with anymore. But it's like, oh, it's nice to like
Yeah.
think that maybe if we ever do need to reach out to each
Or
other,
just
we
to
have a way
creep
to
on
do it.
people.
Yeah, I guess
Because
I
I'm
can creep
nosy.
on people often.
Yeah, I don't either often, but I am nosy, so I like the
Fair.
option,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's fair.
But I
But-
guess you don't have to be friends with them though. Also, you can
To
look
creep
up
on 'em, yeah.
people's. You know, same with like any app really. Well, I guess unless like you make like your Instagram private or anything.
Yeah.
Which pet peeve, if you put your Instagram handle on a dating app and then I go to it and it's private, why? Why?
Hey,
That drives me insane.
do you have your Instagram
No.
on yours? No, I don't either. And I think it's weird when people do it in general.
I kind of get it because like it's like here's more of like you can get to know me more, like vet me more if you like want, you know, like
But a lot of those apps you can link your Instagram though. So like Hinge, I can see your Instagram. Like I can look
If
through
you link
like
it.
all the photos. Yeah,
If
but
you link
sometimes I see
it.
people link it and also have theirs.
yeah. I mean, you can only see so many photos though.
Sure, but
On Hinge, like,
again,
after
do I
a
need
while.
to go back to 2016 and see what
No,
you're doing?
but they do if they're like a carousel, they show up individually.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So it looks like, oh, they have 15 photos on here,
Hmm.
but it really could be like 3 posts, you know?
I guess it just feels weird to me. Like
I feel like
Especially
guys do it
before we
more.
match.
I feel like guys do it more. Maybe it's because they know that they put terrible photos up on their profiles.
do they? I guess I don't know. I don't. swipe
Guys
through many
put
of them.
terrible photos for
No, I
the
meant
most
Instagram
part.
Yeah.
Guys put terrible photos up on
Yeah.
their profiles. So I guess maybe if that, yeah, I don't. I
Yeah.
guess I mean it's not like necessary. I don't like need it. I appreciate when I can creep a little bit more on a guy
Oh,
before.
really?
But again, if you put it and it's just private, what was the point?
I guess they want you to hit follow.
I don't want to.
That's what it feels like to me when I see a girl post it. It's like I'm not gonna follow
do
you.
you.
Like
Do girls do that thing where they're like, not on here often, shoot me a DM?
every now and then, yeah, I see that sometimes.
I see that a lot with guys. And
And I'm like, I'm not
I'm
gonna
like,
do that.
I'm not going to do that
Yeah.
either. I'm like, well, then don't have
don't
have this app if you're not on here often.
I think it's stupid. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyways.
But
what were you gonna say?
I was trying to think what we were talking about before the having it on the dating profile. We were just talking about Instagram in general.
We were just talking about social media apps in general.
There's just so
they've
much
changed a lot
to scroll through too, and like with all the, I feel like it used to literally just be you would only see who you were following.
Yes.
Now they plug so much stuff.
Also, I just see the same people over and over again. Like there's a lot of people that I follow that I don't
even see anymore. Which is
and maybe it's just because they're not posting, but yeah. I remember sometimes Instagram has like changed the algorithm a few times, and people get so upset when they do.
Every time, yeah. But it definitely makes it feel like more of like an endless abyss of like scrolling that way because it's like just constantly seeing stuff.
Yeah,
I liked it back in the day though when it was like okay, it was just like whichever people you're following who posted most recently, and then sometimes you're like oh I'm all caught up. I've seen everything I need to see, and it was easy to get off them, which I get why they did it. They want to keep you on there, but.
Yeah, because did they used to have the like search page?
Not the page. I mean, you could search for people, but they wouldn't have like the page. I don't
like,
think like
the random
like
or like the For You page where
No, I don't. I wonder when they did implement that because it wasn't always like that for sure.
Yeah, I don't really remember, but. I don't know. I'm glad we didn't grow up with it.
Yeah. Even as an adult, I feel like it takes a mental toll on me.
Oh, absolutely.
As like a child, oh my God, could not imagine.
Absolutely. I mean, because it's just people, like I said, it's changed a lot where people used to just post random shit, and now you only post like your best.
Yeah.
And so it's just, I mean, it's just hard to like, and like with filters and everything, likes, being able to see how many people and like followers, like it's just so like the comparison and.
Yeah. Well, I think in like what you said about how it used to just be like sharing random stuff. That's because like at first it literally was just sharing with your friends. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, oh, you're sharing
open to the world
with so many people, and like especially if you, I guess if you want to build a following, which even if you're like not obsessed with social media, like you like the idea of having more followers and like more eyes, and then you're worried about like what looks cool, what looks good, and instead of just like, hey, here's my lunch for the day, you know?
Yeah. Well, and like we talked with Jalen, how in our industry also we're expected to be on it and posting things, and like that's just also
I hate it
too, and it's exhausting, and it's like I said, a double-edged sword because sometimes I do love it. Like sometimes it's really funny. I love close friends on Instagram. Listen, if you have me on your close friends list, thank you, because I love close friends stories. I don't really have a close friend. I never do it because I'm like, if I'm gonna post it, I'm just gonna let everyone see it. But the people that like post just like, I don't know, like scandalous things are just like, I don't even know like what I'm trying to say, but I love it. Show me all of your dirty secrets. Tell me all of your dirty secrets. They are safe with me. But I love when I like see the little green thing. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, what is this gonna be? It's fun.
It is a cool. I thought it was a cool addition when they made it. But again, I never post. So
no, I never do either. I've thought about it a few times. Like, there's a couple things that I've thought. I think I'm just afraid that it's not gonna work for me. Like, for whatever reason, I have like this paranoia that like it's not gonna work, and everyone's gonna see it.
I do love when I see it, and I'm like, oh.
I know. I do feel special. I do feel special also. Yeah. I do think some people, it's just everyone.
Oh, just because it's auto set to that?
I think there's like a way, or like, I mean, there are some people that really do like everyone except for maybe like
like their
family or something.
Yeah.
So it's not actually as special as like you think it is.
Right. I'm gonna take it as a special thing though.
Right. We take the wins where we could get them. You know. Also, an app that we haven't talked about yet, Twitter. I love Twitter.
Twitter's
sometimes.
the most fun one. Twitter is the funniest one for sure.
The dark humor of the apps, like. Something.
There's just so much random bullshit going on all the time on Twitter.
All the time. And I feel like, there's so much bad things that happen in our world. I literally on Twitter today, I saw like someone tweet like, so Black Mirror is just never gonna come back, and someone quote tweeted it, "Look around, we're in it." Like. Like we are Black Mirror. And I was like, so true. But yeah, just like bad events happen, and it's so hard. I feel like we've talked about this too. Like it's so hard to process all of it and to not like just feel like the world is hopeless sometimes. And sometimes you just have to have some dark humor to just laugh through it, and Twitter is that relief.
Yeah, Twitter's good. Another one though that I do not post on, like I do not post on Twitter like ever. But I'm on it so much, like, just to scroll and read. But I would like never would be like, time to tweet. I haven't
tweeted in a really long time. I used to once in a while.
I used to, but only when I had back in college maybe. But even that was pretty rare, not super frequent.
I feel like since I've moved out here, I have a few times, but it's rare, and it's usually only when like. I feel like it will like it'll get some likes, and I think it's funny or something.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've gotten to the point now where like if I see something that I like, or if I think of something funny or like see something that I would want to like quote tweet, I would just screenshot it and like send it to the group chat with the guys and just like say that, just because like this is who I'm doing it for anyways. Like these are the people I want to make laugh anyways.
Yeah, so. That's true. I'll just either like. It feels so weird to say DM, but it's a direct message. It just feels like DM is an Instagram
like
thing.
Up,
But I'll either just DM it to whoever
you thought
or screenshot it and send it, or like save it to show them later. I feel like I've done that to you a few times. I'll be like, look at what this thing I thought of you.
For sure. But yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of like being active on like Instagram and like, curating the aesthetic or whatever you want to call it. But like I said, when I do post, I'll do like a couple, and then I'll just get to the point where I'm like, one, I don't take enough pictures. So I'm like, I don't have anything good to post anymore.
Right.
And two,
do you want me to take more pictures of you?
I don't want to do this. What?
Do you want me to take more pictures?
No, I'm sorry. I wasn't baiting for that.
Should we have a little photo shoot sometime?
No, but also that
next time we're out for drinks, we'll just hey Noah, pose.
Most pictures of me I don't like either too. Candid. So I'm like, I don't want to post pictures of myself.
I'll take a photo of you laughing with your beer or something.
Perfect. He didn't know this was happening. This is so real and funny. Yeah. But I do feel like the pictures that do the best are pictures of
laughter
yourself.
And libations.
Oh, I like that.
Thank you. I just thought of it. I love a good pun.
Yeah. LOL. Laughs over libations. That'd be pretty good too.
Oh, see what you did there.
Just building off of you, baby.
Dream team over here.
Dream team.
Hit us up for your caption needs.
But
you did help me with my caption the other day.
Oh, now I get some credit. Huh?
I never not gave you credit.
No, I just
didn't announce it to the world. Okay, my latest post as of Wednesday, April 12th at 1:37 a.m.
Pacific Standard Time. A.M.
P.m. No.
Hey.
No. No.
Thank you, Siri.
My Apple Watch thought I was trying to create an event.
I just unlocked mine. Kendra finished her workout.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Well, you did great, kid.
Thanks. I boxed this morning.
I see that.
Yeah. But anyways, as of today, my latest post on Instagram, Noah helped me with the caption. So,
it was
thank
all her.
you.
I don't want to take credit. It was all you.
It was you and Hannah.
All right.
Before they're verified. Hannah.
Before they're verified. Cool. Captions are the best part, I think, of posts, though, you know?
Yeah. They're also sometimes the hard, like, with the last post,
sure,
I have, no, sometimes I'm like, oh, I know.
Yeah.
And then other times I'm like, I have no idea.
I feel like, I'm trying to think of your posts. I feel like you go back and forth between, like, funny posts versus, like, more serious posts or, like, song lyric or something like that, huh?
Kind of. Sometimes I'll throw in a song lyric if I, like, can't really think of anything clever and I feel like it fits. I try to go for like a clever, funny one most of the time.
Sure.
Once in a while they're serious. I feel like that's mostly though. Well, I don't really do birthday posts anymore.
Like for other people,
because that you put on stories now.
Oh sure.
As opposed to making a post. But I do for my niece.
Nice, yeah.
And I will for my new nephew. So I feel like those are more serious. And then my one for eating disorders is always obviously serious. But yeah, I love a good funny caption.
Yeah, funny captions are great. Also, like, a lot of times if there's some long caption, I'm not going to read it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, short and sweet and
Yeah.
to the point.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like the captions used to just you just describe what you were doing or like.
I feel like captions used to always have, I mean, some still do, but I guess you don't see it. Hashtags, yes. I feel like it used to be like, beautiful day, hashtag sun, hashtag warm, hashtag Wisconsin, like something like that.
Whereas, I never do hashtags anymore.
I feel like when people do, they try to hide them too, usually.
Yeah. Or people will like post them in the comments. I used to do that when I lived in Florida.
So that still
I did
works
that
the same way, basically. It's still just like.
Yeah. But yeah, that's to get more engagement and stuff.
Look at us.
We know.
Yep.
We know social media.
We kind of get it.
We're influencers,
if you will.
I have that video of you being like, well, I'm kind of a influencer in LA, so
just living the dream.
Living the dream.
Yeah, I don't know. What else do we want to talk about social media specifically? I feel like I think of Instagram as the number one social media right now. Like when I think of social media, it's Instagram these days.
See, and I think Instagram and Twitter are like my favorites.
Yeah, I enjoy Twitter more, but I think it just feels like the most popular, most used, most.
I feel like I look at Instagram the most.
Yeah, same.
But also I feel like I've heard a lot of people who in the last year or so really are over Instagram.
Really?
Well, because I think like with the new algorithm and stuff and like with Reels, I've heard some people say that their photos don't get as much engagement anymore, or Reels get more views and stuff than an actual post does. Because sometimes people will do that. They'll like post a photo
as a reel.
But as a reel.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which I don't like. But
yeah, I mean, I get it. You know, it all depends what your philosophy on your page is. Like, if your main goal is like to get as much engagement as possible, sure, do that. But I guess it also, that kind of feels, I don't know, a little like.
I don't like the new verification thing.
Oh, right. They're copying Twitter and just letting you pay for it?
Yeah. I also saw on Twitter today that starting a certain date, even like celebrities, like anybody who has a blue check mark that doesn't pay for it. Yeah. Which is just so stupid. God. I hate Elon Musk.
I mean, from what I understand, that as far as money goes, that company's just dive bombed since he took over, you know. But like, I don't understand how he thinks that's a good idea. I hope
because he's not the smartest.
Right.
Like, he's smart, but he's not smart. You know what I mean?
I really hope like as many like big celebrities and everything stick to their guns and are like, I'm not gonna pay fucking $8 a month. Like, even though that's nothing to like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they just stick to it and they're like, fuck you, I'm not gonna pay that.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't like how Instagram now anybody can pay for it, because it used to, I don't know, it feels like it used to be
have some meaning.
Yeah, and now it just doesn't have any meaning to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go to somebody's
page
like, and be like, oh my God, they're verified. And then they have 200 followers and you're like, oh.
Right.
So, which also, it's like, then you know, like, oh, they're just paying for it.
Also, like, if I saw somebody that paid for it, I'd be like, weird. You fucking loser. Like, you nerd. What the hell?
I did see a thing where if you use your Instagram for business.
Different stuff.
And, like, ways to make money, or you're trying to... You know, like, I guess even, like, upcoming, like, actors, you know, like, I guess, like, we could do it and it wouldn't be that weird because we're trying to get, you know, where, like, it might bring us more engagement and stuff. I'm not going to. No. But, like, I guess that's more acceptable because you're trying to get more engagement, and that might do it. And in turn, like, yeah, it's $8 a month, but... if you're making money off of your Instagram and that's what you need to get more people and to get more money, then I guess it's kind of like investing in your business or your, but I don't know. It's still weird to me.
Right. What is it? Because isn't Instagram's policy like you have to like, you pay, but you also have to like send like picture of your ID or something like that to prove it's you?
I have no idea. I haven't looked into it.
Okay.
I just saw that you could pay for it.
I thought that's what they were doing, but maybe I'm wrong. Because with Twitter, I'm pretty sure you just pay and you get it. Like, there's no type of verification at all. You just have to pay $8. You're boom, verified. So you could like, I could make a because Barack Obama account, pay $8. I'm verified Barack Obama now. You know.
Well, because if what you said is true about how it's just like taking a nose, he's just trying to get money.
Right. Yeah, it's just a money grab for sure. But
which is just like another thing where I'm like, we already pay for so much in our life, like all the streaming services. And just, I don't know, so many things where I'm just like, social media was supposed to be a fun thing that was free. I'm not paying for it.
Well, yeah, and like, I don't know if it's actually gone into effect or going to go into effect or not, but there was like things saying that like with Twitter, once they like take away the, you know, legacy check marks and you just have to pay for it, that like, on like the For You tab, it's only going to show people who paid for verified people. Like, it's not going to show non-verified people.
I hate
which
that.
Is like, you're ruining that. Yeah, it's basically pay for social media at that point. It's like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to. Yeah. So.
I also saw HBO Max and like Discovery or something
are
merging.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just saw that, but they're changing to Max.
Just Max. I saw that too, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
I hate that. Also, it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, well.
Because they're merging with Discovery. So I guess I think I saw something it's going to be like $15.99 a month.
Yeah, I thought I saw there were like a few tiers, and the first one is like with ads too, which right now HBO is good. HBO Max doesn't.
Also, people are like, "Oh, do you have HBO?" Nobody's going around being like, "Do you have Max?"
Right.
I hate that.
Yeah, nobody's going to say Max. We're still cuz like also nobody's like, "Oh, do you have Discovery?"
Discovery Plus?
What? People are just gonna be like, "Oh, it's HBO." I guess
I really wanted to watch the new Animal Planet thing. The Planet what are they called? Just like Planet
Animal Planet? I don't know. Planet Earth. There's
Planet
like
Earth.
Yeah,
Thank you. Uh-huh. Which I'm not hating on those. Listen.
No, those are good, but like
nobody's like paying
just
for
subscribing
members.
For that, so
well, I shouldn't say nobody. I guess people are, but that's a small subset. True. True.
Yes, I don't know. That sucks. I mean, I have other people's login for HBO Max, so hopefully they'll let me keep it and they'll upgrade to whatever they need to do. But, fuck. Yeah, you know what sucks about all these apps that come out?
Tell me.
Everything. They come out big because they're this great service that's so convenient and they're so cool and great. And it's awesome for like 5 years. And then they get big enough and their market share is big enough that they're like, time to fucking drain every last cent out of this. And these great, cool things turn to dog shit.
Yeah.
And like, you see it a little bit already with like Uber and Lyft and things like Airbnb, where like they've just gotten to the point where like they're still usable, but they're so much worse than they were. Cause like, I feel like it's maybe there was a period where
Airbnb
Ubers
used
were
to be
awful.
so cheap.
Yeah.
Now they're so expensive.
And like, it drives me nuts. Just the whole like, the cleaning fee that gets added. It's like, oh, it's $100 a night. And they're like, oh, and there's a $200 cleaning fee. Like, also, you're making me clean before I leave.
Right,
like,
right.
I don't know. It's just
the one that we stayed at in Big Bear literally last week, and again, it's not like a big thing, but we had to take the trash literally to a different location.
Yeah, and like that's on us, even though we had to pay for it to stay there. We have to take.
Right.
I don't know. It's just annoying, but it's just such a bummer because these awesome things come out, and you're like, oh great, you get used to using them, and then they're like, oh, now it's super expensive, or like we took away this feature because it was too costly for the company. And it's like, I get it at the end of the day, that's capitalism, but like fucking sucks that there's all these cool things that get ruined because of money.
Yeah.
But
money. Like, who even invented it? You know? Yeah. And I will be one of those people that is like, don't come at me. I understand. But that's like, can't we just print more? I just, like, we're killing trees constantly. Okay, we have enough paper to do it.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they're just like after more money.
But, or it's, and I saw this on Twitter. This church, I think, bought like $3 million of debt of some people or community or something for $15,000, and then had this ceremony where they like ripped up the paper and burned it, like canceling it all. First of all, I don't think that's like, I don't understand how that works, because what do you mean you just, canceling it? They burned the paper. If I went and was like, I burned my bills, I would still have to pay them. Like,
yeah.
I don't understand. Also, and the tweet was something about how I know that there's a more like profound answer for this and stuff of how this logically happens. But how does someone buy $3 million worth of debt for $15,000? Like, what? And the person was like, I don't understand it, so I'm just gonna like basically chalk it up to that money only like exists for poor people. And I was like, true. Because what? I don't understand. I don't understand. And again, don't come at me. I understand. Like, I get
that there is an explanation.
Getting excited. I knocked over my water bottle. I get that there's an explanation. Okay. And somebody smarter than me understands it. Mm-hmm. My brain does not.
Doesn't click.
It doesn't click. Yeah. And also, I just don't get how that's even allowed.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Ridiculous. I would like to buy $3 million worth of things for only $15,000. You know?
Right. Talk to him. Talk to people. See what you can do.
I gotta figure out how I can do this. Yeah. Not that I have $15,000
right, I was gonna say,
either.
Also, maybe I don't want to do that.
But I'm closer to 15,000 than I am 3 million.
Yeah,
you know, I'm light years away from 3 million. You know, like that's in another orbit. You know.
Yeah. 3 million is like almost 3 million too much.
Yeah, like, a little bit, just a little bit. And like 15,000 is almost, that's like 14,000 too much. But
still.
Anyways,
who's your What's one of your favorite follows on any social media?
Ooh.
And I'm not gonna hold you to this. Doesn't need to be your number one all time.
Thanks.
But who pops in your head
I
right now is a
appreciate
good
that. Oh man, I don't. Oh, Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh yeah,
I love following her on Instagram. She does. She posts some funny things. Yeah, I like her.
Fair.
Yeah.
You? Yeah, when I asked, the one that was in my head was a Twitter account for The Last Blockbuster. They haven't posted in a long time, which is kind of sad, but they used to just post. It was just one of those things when you scroll, you see like real things. Like I follow like NFL stuff, so it's like, oh, this guy signed with this, and then you just get a tweet from The Last Blockbuster that's just like the dumbest shit you've ever seen. And it's like, thank you, Twitter, for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I used to follow a lot more celebrities, and I unfollowed a lot.
Yeah.
Like a year or so ago. There's still some that I follow. But yeah, I used to follow a lot more.
Agreed. I feel like early on, like we talked about, it was like, okay, you follow you and your friends, and then it was like, oh, now you follow things that you're like interested in. So like your favorite actor, you're following that, and then you're like, why the fuck am I following like Chris Pratt? You're like,
the worst of the Chris's. So I don't know why you followed him to begin with.
Because we love Andy from Parks and Rec,
which is a character, not actually Chris Pratt. You do realize that they're different.
Are they not the same person?
No.
They look the same.
Wow. That's the thing about acting.
It's the thing.
I saw a video today of Rainn Wilson on a plane. And he posted a video of when the person sitting next to you on the plane has no idea who you are. And he was wearing a mask, but he like panned it to the next guy. And he's just eating his meal and he's watching The Office. And it's literally a clip, like whatever episode he was watching, the point that he's watching it, Rainn Wilson is on the screen.
That's such perfect timing for the video.
But yeah. I follow Hillary Duff, and she posted the other day about like being at this like gym with her kids, and I think it was for a party, so I think they probably like rented it out. But it was the same gym that I take the girls that
no way
I nanny at, and I was like, I could have ran into Hillary Duff.
Yeah.
I just want to be best friends, you know. Just want to be friends. That's all
I feel like it's not a lot that you're asking.
It's really not a lot.
Like
she has young kids. I nanny young kids. You know, they can be friends.
Same person,
yeah. I like to sing "This Is What Dreams Are Made Of." You know.
What?
What?
Somebody get us in touch with Hillary Duff's management.
But yeah, there's something I was gonna say earlier. I forgot it now.
Oh no.
I know.
Oh no.
Are there any apps that we didn't?
Oh, like,
because I feel like when I think of like social media, I think Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. That's really what I think of, because I don't really use TikTok. And like I said, or
it's
like we said, it
blurs
feels
that line of like, because it's also like videos feels almost like YouTube. You wouldn't call YouTube a social media. At least I wouldn't, I guess.
But
would you call Snapchat social media?
Oh,
it's another one that's like not
Snapchat.
Exactly.
I don't use Snapchat anymore. When I got a new phone, I realized that I never re-downloaded it. And so if you've sent me a snap and I haven't opened it, that's why. I just don't have it anymore. But I never actually deleted my account or anything. Sure. Yeah, I stopped using that a while ago. Like I would have it and I would look at it. If people sent me something, I'd maybe snap them back or whatever. Sure. But I don't.
Yeah, not many people
I used it. No, I used it in college a lot more.
Yeah, I just pretty much only use it as I have a group chat with a few. It's mostly just the boys. In 3. That
surprises me that y'all use Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't know why. We just always have. as like a group chat instead of like a texting group chat.
Yeah. But like I remember when you used to be like, "What's your Snapchat?" Or, "Oh, I'll add you on Snapchat." Mm-hmm. If a man asks me that now, it's a red flag.
I don't know that I've ever asked a girl for her Snapchat. Like even back in the day when it was more popular.
Really?
No, I think I would just ask for it. I would definitely back then just ask for a number if I was going to ask for anything. Now I might consider asking for an Instagram.
I was just going to say,
LA. It's a very LA thing to do.
LA. Such an LA thing to do. I was going to say, I feel like people now ask for Instagrams.
Yeah.
A lot.
I definitely do
more
for like friends. Like when I meet someone new that I'm like, oh, we should hang out sometime. We should get together sometime. I'm like, yeah, what's your Instagram? I'm never like, give me your phone number.
Right. I was going to say, I have people where I have their Instagram and that's how we communicate because I don't have their phone number.
Yeah. Well, it feels weird to ask someone that you don't know that well that you just met like for a phone number. I don't know why. Like it shouldn't feel that weird.
Yeah.
But one, asking for theirs, and two, like giving mine just like feels weird when you don't know someone well enough, you know?
Yeah.
So Instagram, it just feels a little easier to DM them.
Yeah. But hit up the DMs.
Hit up the DMs.
Have you ever slid into a girl's DM?
No, not. I mean,
no.
I'm trying to think if I did when I was younger ever.
Right, because he's almost 30.
Yeah, I'm pretty old. My memory fades. No, I mean, like, I guess it's never been like someone I didn't know and like slide into the DMs to try to like, take them out. Never.
No.
But like, I guess like, done the thing where it's like, oh, hey, there's whoever. And it's like, I feel like we always kind of had a little thing, maybe message them after, oh, this looks so cool, and see if a conversation starts.
So but not a...
Not a, hey girl, how you doing? Like, what you doing tonight? No, never.
Yo girl, what your name is?
What's your name?
New girl's so good. So never a new message in the sense of if you've slid into a girl's DMs, it's been in response to something that she's posted.
Oh yeah, I would never just randomly then like go to
like raw dog it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I would never raw dog it. Not me.
Well, not in that sense. Yeah. Maybe in other ways, but.
But no, I don't know. That just feels. It feels embarrassing to me to do that.
Really?
Like, oh my god, dude.
Even if it worked?
No, if it worked, I guess I'd be fine.
So only if it doesn't work.
I don't know.
Like, oh, that's
I just don't like. To me, if like one of my friends was like, "Oh, I've been sliding into girls' DMs like crazy," I'd be like, "Fucking why, bro? Like, grow up."
Some relationships happen that way, though.
I know, which I guess I'm being too hard on it as an idea. It just like feels.
I feel like I've heard multiple celebrity relationships that have happened that way. Which feels weird to me because one, celebrities are probably flooded with Instagram DMs.
Are you saying like a DM from just like a normal person, or are you saying
no, another celebrity?
Yeah. Do they?
Which I wonder if they see
that
like more like verified ones first or whatever. But
if they follow each other for sure, then because all those other DMs must be in their requests.
But also, it's like you're both celebrities. Can't you like get a hold of them another way?
Yeah, but it's probably easier. It's easier to just be like, oh, we follow each other on Instagram. Yeah. I'll DM her than just being like talking to your manager, being like, can you find out her number for me?
I guess, yeah. But you wouldn't do it.
I won't say I wouldn't ever do it, but I'm pretty
confident that you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm just against it. I don't know.
Fair.
To me, it like, I guess it feels a little desperate to me. And even in person, I don't like at bars, I don't go up to a girl and just be like, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Like, I would rather have some type of foundation that I can like feel like, oh, we do like each other a little. So now I can ask her out.
Which is fair, but then how do you get there if you don't
I
talk
don't.
to that. Okay, well, Noah, maybe.
It's like there's a TikTok where a guy's like, they're at a bar and he goes to his friend. He's like, dude, that girl over there in the white, I think I'm in love with her. And he's like, all right, what are you gonna say to her? Oh, I'm not gonna talk to her.
I mean, I guess that's fair though, because I do the same thing. Like if I see a guy in a bar that I'm like, oh,
Right.
would love to go out on a date with that guy, and if my friends said, okay, go talk to him,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
What
What is sliding into the DMs? Is it any message just being like, hey, what's up? Or like, hey, how's it going? Does that count? Or is it like have to be like, hey, I think you're really cute. Would you want to like grab coffee sometime?
So you're saying is sliding into the DMs any message, or does it have to be an actual formal like asking out?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I guess it would probably vary between person to person on what they view
Sure.
that as. I kind of feel like any message, because you're probably, even if it's not the first message asking out, you're probably sliding into their DMs because you want to ask them out.
Right. Okay.
But maybe off the bat, you're not going to, so you
Sure.
say something else.
Don't want to come on too strong.
I was just like, hey, how are you? But I still would say, like, you're still sliding into the DMs.
Yeah, I guess
like,
you're right. Yeah. That's just, again,
don't...
like, to me, if I was like, oh, wow, I'm following this girl on Instagram that I like, the stuff she posts is so cool. I think we'd get along so well. I think she's so cute. I'm going to DM her. And then just to be like, hey, how are you? From like, especially if I'm a stranger to her, like, to me, I'm just like, why even send that? Like, that's just a message that's just going to get.
I'm trying to
like,
think.
Do you know anyone personally that is in a relationship with someone that DM'd them? Like,
personally?
Or that's even like had a relationship like that. That's like, oh yeah, he just DM'd me on Instagram and we talked for a bit. We ended up dating and that's.
I mean, I almost could have been.
Is this somebody I know?
No, you never met him, but I went on 2 dates with him.
Oh really? And he just hit you up on Instagram?
Yeah, we weren't following each other. He just DM'd me.
Really?
And okay, because what I was gonna say is and I don't want this to sound like, oh, I'm so cool, but I get a lot of DMs.
Right.
And most of the time, I don't want to talk to the person.
Usually it's like a creepy old guy.
Most of the time, I get a lot of creepy old guys.
Sure.
I get guys who are like, hey, want to be my sugar baby? I used to always ignore them. Now I've started messaging them back, but they're always scams.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can tell if it's like a bot, but then some of them seem
like they could be a real person.
like it could be a real person. But then when you ask how, if I say, cool, can you Venmo me for the payment? They always want to do it in some sketchy way where they need to know what bank you're banking with. And I'm like, okay. So the last guy that did that to me, I said, so you're a scam, LOL. And he was like, no, I'm not. And I was like, I just did run. He like it tried to explain. And I was like, right, exactly what I mean. And then I blocked him.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get guys who aren't like trying to like be my sugar daddy, but they just, and who like I'll look at and they're probably like my age or whatever, you know. But I'm just not interested. Yeah. Sometimes it's like guys in like a different country that I'm like, how did you find me?
Right. Is
my thing. Because I don't have a common name.
Right. It's not like they typed in like Nicole Smith or something like that.
Yeah, like so I'm like, how did you find me? But there was this one guy once.
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
You know about this story.
I thought he was like a dating app match.
No. No, he slid into my DMs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Maybe you did tell me. I guess in my head I thought he was just a guy from Hinge or something.
No,
I
need to know what his first message to me was.
Yeah, I'm so curious.
Hold on.
No way.
Because I'll always go and like look at
to see if it's
like if any guy DMs me, I will go to his page and like vet him out, you know? But like most of the time, like I said, it's like a random, you know, and I'm just like, how did you find me? Or like he won't have any photos, or he'll have like 2 posts and they're not even of him. They're of outside or something. And like he has 100 followers and I'm like, you seem like you're probably creepy then. Yeah. You know, like if you only have like 100 followers, but you're following 1,000 people, that's a red flag. Wow, we've messaged a lot. He messaged me again. We now follow each other, but we did not follow each other. I had no idea who this man was. He said, "Hello, Kendra. You're so beautiful."
That's the opening line. Just that.
Hello, Kendra. And then it was another message. "You're so beautiful," with heart eye emojis. I did not respond. The next day, he replied to a story of mine where I posted sushi.
So he followed you by this point, or he?
I think so. Okay. Yeah. And he he messaged and just said, the best food ever or whatever. The next day, then I went to his page, and he has over 5,000 followers, like had a bunch of posts that all had a lot of likes and a bunch of comments, you know, from actual real people and stuff. So I was like, it's a real human. He doesn't seem, you know, lots of people seem to love him. Yeah. So he must not be like a creepy guy, you know? I thought he was attractive, which helps, you know, I'm not going to lie. And so 2 days later from his first message, I just said, "Thank you." And then he said, "Are you living in LA?" And I was like, "Yeah, you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm in whatever city." And then just like asked me what I do for a living. And then we just started like talking. And we talked for a while. Well, I guess like we talked for like a day or two, like, you know, sporadically. Yeah. And then he said that he'd like to take me out sometime. And then he sent me an Instagram of a restaurant and asked if I've ever been to this place and if I would like to go sometime.
Nice.
And then eventually he asked for my phone number. Yeah, and then we went out. We went out on a date, and it went well. So we went on a second date. And then not because of his fault at all. But some things happened after the second date that just prohibited a third date. I did see him again after that.
Didn't you?
A few months after that. I just think we were like looking for different things at the time. Yeah. And so so we never like actually went out again. But I don't want to. We just like basically we got together and worked out.
Yeah, I remember.
Because and like it was nice to like see him, and like we just talked and stuff. And he did then for a while like message me and like want to go out again. And again, it wasn't anything like it wasn't him at all.
The reason. Oh yeah.
It really was not him. He actually was very nice. Is very nice. And I think he's a great guy. I think there's just things that without getting into it, there's just things that we just won't work out. But yeah, he's great. And like I would hang out with him again like as friends, you know. Mm-hmm. We haven't talked in a while though. Like eventually, and it was kind of I tried to be like I think we're looking for different things. Sure. And he kind of was a little persistent where I was like I'm not, you know. Where eventually I just kind of not ghosted him, but I would still message him back, but I would just be like, oh, I'm busy, whatever. And eventually he just like stopped messaging me. Yeah. But yeah, we still like follow each other and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that's I'm sure at the time you told me that's what happened. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you had just said you were talking to a guy and I assumed it was from Hinge because that's just usually what it is. Wow. So that was the only one though that you've ever actually been like, oh, it's a normal guy and he's kind of cute and he's in the area. I'll message him back.
Yeah, I think so. At least the only guy that I can think of right now that I actually ended up like going out with.
Yeah, fair.
I feel like there might have been a guy where we like talked to and then just like never did, but also I might I can't. That might also be a lie.
Yeah, fair. I feel like
I was really hesitant though.
Right, because it's just this complete stranger.
Yeah. And I did end up asking him how he like found me, and I guess I just like came up on his like the For You page, like one of my posts did, and I'm kind of like I don't understand how.
Right.
But because I don't do hashtags or anything, so I really don't understand how. But yeah. Interesting, huh?
I'm actually glad you have that story because I was just like I wanted to find out more about that. Yeah. So that's so interesting.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think. I don't know. I'll have to ask, but I don't think any of the guys really have ever slid into.
No, well, like I said, either. I mean, that was one time that I was like, yeah. And again, I think it's because he seemed like a normal guy, and like he is. And I thought he was attractive. Like, I hate that that's what, like...
That's all you had to base off of, though, really.
True.
Yeah.
But, like, I hate that that's what made me say, this guy will be okay, as opposed to, maybe some other guys where I'm like, sorry, buddy.
Sorry.
You're not the one, Yeah. But yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Yeah, female DMs I imagine look quite different than
I feel
than males.
Well,
or maybe not. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I mean, I don't post a lot, so I don't think either way I would get a lot of DMs. I'm also there's a difference between like an attractive girl posting on Instagram and like me posting on Instagram. so I'm sure there are some men out there that get creepy.
What,
DMs.
Between an attractive girl and an attractive guy?
Well, sure.
I mean, look at his face.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at
but
the hair.
I do. Yeah, thanks. I do love when
he
girls
runs his hands through it.
When girls share pictures of their DMs, though, I think that's hilarious. Like, because there are some of the weirdest dudes out there, apparently.
Oh,
and,
I've done that
girls.
before.
Yeah.
I had that.
You showed me some weird shit before.
I had that NFL player that messaged me. Remember? But he was creepy.
That's right. It was
I forget his name now.
I would know it when you say it.
I would too. I mean, it's still in there somewhere. I have to go back and look at it.
Jets or the Reds?
Because I asked you. I said, "Have you ever heard of this guy?" And you knew immediately. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh."
I was so surprised when you said that. I was like, "No way."
Oh, I also had a basketball player message me once.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, that's what I think. That's maybe what I'm thinking of.
Talking to for a bit, but nothing happened?
Yeah. When I was in Vegas, I almost a few years ago, and I was with my family. I feel like it didn't happen because I was very hesitant because I was like, I'm with my family. Like, how am I gonna? They're not gonna understand whatever. But I almost met up with it.
No way, that would have been cool. Was it somebody I would know, or was it like a?
I don't know.
Pod if you want. Do you know his name still?
No, I mean, again, it's somewhere in there, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Oh, good. I was just curious if I would know it.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if that NFL player was the one that, because I think I like messaged him back, and he at one point said, I think he just said like, "You're so beautiful," something like that,
sure.
you know. And I was like, "Thank you," and because I was like, he's an NFL player, I have to message him back, which sounds awful, but whatever. It's kind of like when I see celebrities on dating apps. Even if I don't actually want to date them,
you'll try to match.
I'll try to match with them just to see. And so I messaged him back, and then at one point he said, like, "How are you today, my queen?" or something like that.
You showed me that.
Something like that. And I said, like, responded, but then I also said, "Just curious, how did you find me? LOL," you know, because which I feel like is a fair question. Like, if you're randomly hitting up a girl that you've never met before,
right,
and she does not know who you are, it's a fair question, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's
to be but he never responded.
He never did respond to that.
No, and I remember I shared that one and I said, "Tragic, can't even answer a simple question for his queen."
Came in hot there. What he said? He called you beautiful to start, and then called you
I
queen
think
right
so,
after
something
that?
like that. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, so I feel like it's not always creepy.
Yeah.
Because also with like in today's world, you know, like you said, a lot of guys are, you know, you don't do it, and I feel like a lot of other guys don't come up to girls in bars and stuff,
No.
because
We're bashful.
okay, well, but I feel like for a while, you know, girls were like, "Oh, it's creepy, like don't do that."
Yeah.
You know, like I'm out with my friends, just trying, you know. Listen, if you're an attractive man and you want to come up to me in a bar and buy me a drink, I'm not going to stop you.
And but that's always been the thing though, and that's why like so many of us don't do it. It's like, well, I'm not a 10, so I'm not gonna assume this girl's gonna be attracted to me, so I'm not gonna make a move because then I'll.
I mean,
that's
fair.
I'm
like, not going to be rude. If I'm not attracted to you, I'm not going to be rude about it, though.
Yeah, you're not, because you're a nice person. That doesn't mean every person is a nice person. It's like the worst you can say is no, but then like she destroys you. She could say ew. That'd be way worse.
Well, then she's just a mean girl, and you didn't want to be with her anyways.
For sure.
It saved you time and energy and money.
Ew.
And heartbreak.
Yeah.
That you know, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective,
I'm just not
buddy.
gonna make any moves.
But anyways, I feel in the world of dating apps and all of that, you do meet people online through the internet and stuff nowadays. So it's not a complete like, oh my God, this guy DM'd me and I don't know who he is. What a creep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't immediately think that. There's factors and
Yeah.
there's like levels to it. Because again, if I go to your page and you don't have a lot of followers, but you follow a bunch of random girls and like your posts have like 3 likes, I'm gonna assume that you're either a creepy guy or you're not really a real like person. A bot, yeah. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, that makes sense. I think what makes me feel like I would feel creepy doing it is like, yeah, you're meeting people online through dating apps, but it's also like you're there intentionally for that, and the app is bringing you together. Whereas like, I would feel creepy being like, yeah, I don't know, you showed up in my For You page, so I'm messaging you now. Like that would feel creepy to me.
That's
so,
fair.
Like, I don't.
That's
like that.
fair.
Yeah. So I think that's maybe part of it why I don't do it too.
That's fair. Also, I will say like, there is something about it that doesn't feel that special, which I guess dating apps are kind of the same way, but there's something about it of like, oh yeah, I don't know, you came up on my For You page and I thought you were hot, so I met. It's like, okay, so any hot girl that you see in your search, are you just messaging her? Like, are you messaging 20 girls and you're just hoping someone messages her back?
I feel like any guy that DMs a girl, like nobody's DMing one girl. You're either DMing none or like 100, right? Fair. Because if you can get over that hurdle, like if I got over the hurdle of like, I look like a creep doing this, I was just like, oh no, it's fine. Yeah, then I would be hitting up like every cute girl. Well, why not?
You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So
yeah, I miss a lot of the ones I do take too. So.
Michael Scott.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever do that, because even at the end of the day, like I said, like, you don't really know someone at all, even if you creeped on their Instagram.
No, that's fair.
Like, I don't know. I like having that like baseline foundation of like, oh, this person and I get along. Then maybe I would hit them up and be like, hey, the other night was really fun. Do you want to grab some coffee or something? You know?
Yeah.
So.
No, that's fair. But makes for some interesting stories sometimes.
Yeah, no, for sure. Maybe I'll start DMing girls just for fun, you know? See what happens.
Yeah, why
What's
not?
the worst that can happen, you know? Worst you can say is no.
Exactly. That's it. Or just not respond.
Right.
Or
true.
block you.
That's probably... And that doesn't bother me, you know, right? Like, changes my life 0%.
It really does, though.
Yeah,
like,
true.
It doesn't change your life at all.
Yeah. I guess the other thing is, too, I've always... You know, I don't like bothering people, and like I feel like it's, you know, rude and disrespectful.
Yeah.
So I guess part of me is like, too,
one
like,
DM isn't
that's
bothering.
True,
a multiple in a row, that's bothering.
That's fair. I guess there's just something in my head that it's like, it's kind of annoying. Don't be annoying. Like, just leave it be. You know. Same with like we said, like approaching a girl at a bar. I'm like, oh, she's out with her friends. She doesn't want some random dude trying to hit on her right now.
Yeah. But again, I feel like if you do it in a nice, respectful way, and if she does say no, you leave her alone. Like, it's fine. It's guys that don't get a hint. That can't take a hint, or she says like constantly DM when the other person doesn't respond. Like, I have guys like that where I really should just like block them, but like I have guys that the same guys that will respond to story after story or message me, and I just leave them on red, and they still do. And I'm like, buddy, take a hint, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so curious what those people are like, just as humans. Like, just if we were just hanging out, me and this guy that's sending this message every day. Like, what? Because, like, I just don't... Our brains are so different.
I saw this video. I think I maybe have showed... Maybe not the actual... Like, the video that I'm thinking of. But I think I've showed you these guys before. Fuhad and James. They have the Shits and Gigs podcast. And they're two British guys. And they're so funny. And they just, like... read Twitter like replies and stuff to questions and then talk about them. And I don't know, it's so funny, but they were doing one on like I guess like messages or like DMs or something, and I think it was like DMs, and this one girl had said something about how like she had this guy who like messaged her, and she didn't respond. Yeah. And they were saying like aired, which I think is such a funny way to say aired? Like didn't respond. Oh, yeah, really? like you know. Yeah. And so it was this guy, and he just like kept messaging, you know, and they were like, I don't understand how as a man you get that level of air and you still think yeah. And he's like, and you still think today's the day. Like,
right. Like,
I don't get it.
Your brain, like, how does your brain work in normal situations too? Like, if you're that able to just ignore the fact that you're being ignored and still send a message, like, I could never. Like, even if I sent one and somebody didn't respond, I'd be like, well, I tried. That's fucking embarrassing. Never doing that again.
A message unsend. You unsend the message. Yeah. Like, well, I wasn't there. I didn't do it. You can't prove it.
Like, better send day number 274 of good morning, beautiful. Like, what?
Today's the day.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's funny.
Gotta respect it, I guess.
Respect the long game,
right,
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
The effort is there.
Cool.
I just like food, so
yeah, food's great. All right, well, thanks for joining us again for another episode of Here's the Thing with Kendra and Noah.
Yeah. Let us know what you thought. Let us know what you think of our new setup.
New setup, yeah. Let us know. DM me if you want. Hit me up a little bit. Yeah,
DM us and tell us your thoughts.
Yeah. Let us know if you're dating someone that you DM'd.
Oh my God, yeah.
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 We'll do a 10-minute interview.
Yeah.
Little side content.
We have questions. And let us know what we should talk about next.
Yeah, we'd love suggestions for that. So
yeah.
cool.
Okay.
Well, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.